Jabari, just looking back at the first game, just sorry, I was behind it. How do you think you played, and what do you like about your performance, and what are some things you saw you needed to maybe work on?
For the first game, I thought we did a good job of just playing with our hair on fire, just enjoying the atmosphere, just seeing the fans and enjoying the crowd. But as far as me personally, for my game, I think I ran the ball pretty hard. I can always clean up on some reads, maybe miss some cuts, get vertical. But I was pleased with how the O-line, Hendon, the receivers, the whole team played. It's just fun being out there again.
Jabari in the back here, in the back. First game playing with those 15 pounds packed on, how much of a difference did you notice? I know it's only one game, but how much of a difference did you notice?
Mainly for me, it was probably like my confidence. I was pretty confident running the ball, running through tackles, running through smoke. But it felt good. I felt good getting my feet back under me, trying to catch my wind. But as the season goes on, I meet different challenges, and hopefully I'll grow with the season.
Jimmy?
Jabari, do you guys go back and look at much film of Pitt a year ago and say, hey, this is what we can do, this is what we can improve upon to perform better against Pitt?
100%. They're a good team. They have a lot of returning players from defense, a lot of experience. They play physical. We got a good we're very familiar with their defense, but it's a different team. We're a different team, so we got to play the game and just roll with the punches.
Ben, Adam, Wes, and Ryan.
I know Ball State was dropping a lot in coverage, so maybe it wasn't a great early test in terms of pass protection, but that was at the top of the to-do list for y'all's position over the offseason. Just how would you evaluate how y'all were in pass protection on Thursday night?
I don't think we got a pick up on Thursday night. I think they dropped 8 every third down. But as long as our eyes were in the right place, body position was right, feet were right, I think that's what we can take from the last game. But we're going to actually have to pick up in protection this week. They're a pretty physical team. They come down here, they show some pressure, so we're excited for the challenge.
And what Pitt has done defending the run, you say they're very physical. What exactly does that mean? Does that mean they're getting off blocks easy? Does that mean they're good tackling? What does physical mean?
They fit blocks well with their safeties and their overhangs and the F-backers. They're very aggressive to fit in the run. So if they see ball and belly, they'll come down real hard, then play the pass. So just they'll run first. Run stop defense first, then they try to slow down the pass. But they're a solid team. They're just physical, bigger, just like an SEC opponent. So they're a good team.
Wes?
Jabari, I know a lot of times when you think about playing a team for a second straight year, you're thinking about an SEC team, right? Those are the teams y'all usually see every year. But the way that Pitt game ended last year and how frustrating that was, is that something that sticks with you a little bit, like kind of let that one get away?
Definitely, you know what I mean? Don't like the way that the game ended last year, ended off in a loss, but we can only learn from our mistakes and try to grow from last year. Me personally, that's the first game I got hurt, so I definitely want to finish this game and just, show the growth that I had from last year.
Jabari over here. You guys have scored 45 points or more, I think, in 6 straight games. At this point, just looking back at, maybe how the offense was a couple of years ago, how much confidence do you guys have now that where that's almost an expectation for you guys to go out and score that much?
Yeah, I was talking to Cedric earlier about the difference between the team this year and last year. I wouldn't say we're better or worse. I just think we're more confident, just knowing the system, just knowing what's at stake, not being too big-eyed when the lights come on. So I think just our confidence in general, as far as the whole team, especially the offense, because that's what I see the most. But it's the tremendous growth and confidence, and we're just ready for anybody. You know what I mean? We know what we do. We know what we're good at. So and the work has been put in, so we're ready.
Paige in the back, and we'll go to Vince.
We'll kind of keep it in the same vein there. The running back unit has been a topic of conversation all season. Getting that first look last Thursday, how confident are you in the running back unit, especially going up against Pitt next week? Very
confident. Jay Wright, my first time seeing him run since spring, he looked real good. You know what I mean? That's like my best friend on the team. So it was good seeing him. Dylan Sampson getting in, show this skill set a little bit, as well as Patrick. Walk on, but just does everything right on and off the field. Jay Will, I think he made a couple mistakes, but his mental is good. So I'm excited about the whole RB room. I'm proud of those guys, and they're just learning, and we all learning. We're going to enjoy the ride together.
Jabari, we've talked and heard about how much more comfortable Hendon is and his next step now being the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give some examples of just that next step progression of Hendon Hooker with your offense in game one this season?
I think you saw the growth with just his reads and his progressions. You know, he's spreading the wealth. He doesn't just target one receiver. He even threw a check down to me. I haven't caught a check down in I don't know how long, but his growth and just his progressions, the way he moves, he's very vocal. So it's an honor being back there with him, like I say all the time. But yeah, he's grown a lot.
Jabari, you mentioned the running back room and just how proud you are of them. Them being younger guys, you having the experience amongst them, are they coming to you for any advice on anything that they can do to improve themselves, to keep the offense flowing good? Is there any advice that you're offering them for those situations?
Definitely. They come to me all the time, which is something you want to hear because they care. You know, they care. They're not just, I'm a freshman, so I just take my time with trying to address certain things, but they care. And something I just tell them, you're going to learn. Each game teaches you a different lesson, you know what I mean? So just roll with the punches. When adversity strikes, just respond. Still the next play, you know what I mean? Next play mentality. That's the biggest thing I can tell them.
Last two, Patrick, and then Wes. Jabari, you talked about the game last year with Pitt not ending like y'all wanted it to. How much have y'all talked about that going into this game since Thursday night? How long did it take to sort of move past that, given how that game sort of played out down the stretch?
Honestly, today was the first day we talked about Pitt just because last week we were focused on Ball State. But I feel like it's been in the back of everybody's mind, you know what I mean, just the way it ended, you know what I mean. They're a great team, not saying they didn't deserve to win. They work hard too, but it's definitely in the back of our heads. It gives a little more fire.
And from the game the other night, those two left tackles with Gerald and Crawford, what did you see out of them, and how are they sort of coming along?
With Gerald, I think he was very energetic the whole night. Great positive energy, very vocal. I think he's getting used to the tempo and just staying in shape. So I've seen tremendous growth from Gerald since he's been here in the winter. And JJ, I think he's just constantly growing, you know what I mean? He doesn't say much, but just head down, always working, you know what I mean? They did a good job last night and just taking on whatever role the coaches asked of them.
Wes, last question.
Some guys kind of prefer playing games at home. Some guys kind of like going on the road when people are kind of booing them, spitting on them, and all cussing at them and all that stuff. I mean, do you prefer playing at home or on the road? What do you think about the first time kind of going to a new stadium?
Yeah, I think you asked me this before, but I think I like playing at home more so just the fans. I feed off the fans when they're cheering for me, but scoring away, I mean, that's just as sweet, you know what I mean? You can shush the crowd. So I think it's just the crowd in general, that just brings another element to the game. So I'm good whether we're home or away.
Thanks, Jabari.